Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Alison and welcome. So if you guys are interested in fashion, beauty, lifestyle, foundation review and haul videos, make sure you guys give a subscribe down below and also like this video, support your girl here, and let's get started on today's video. So for today's video, I'm testing out another new foundation. Recently there's a lot of new foundation on the market and I can't wait to give out a review for you guys. I'm still working on it. So today we're testing out this Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24 Hours Wear Foundation. So if you guys are interested how this works on my oily texture blemishes skin, then let's keep on watching. So first of all, this foundation I purchased on Sephora.com and it retails for $39. And this foundation, it comes in 1 fluid ounce. Also, this foundation, it comes in 40 shades, which is a very good range of foundation. And on Sephora.com, there's 4-star out of 5-star with 537 reviews, which is not bad on a foundation. And now let's get into the details of this foundation. This is a weightless 24-hour full coverage foundation with oil and shine control that is also waterproof, sweat resistant, and won't look cakey or cause blemishes. Those are really good claims for the oily skin. So this is a full coverage matte finish liquid formula. It's good for normal, dry combination and oily skin. So what else you need to know about this foundation is a little goes a long way with this foundation. Apply photo finish primer, then start with a drop of foundation and blend well. This cruelty-free formula reveals its true color and sets quickly, allowing you to build as needed. The result is incredible coverage that feels remarkably lightweight. So without further ado, let's get into the packaging of this foundation. Okay, now let's get into this foundation packaging. So it comes in this Smashbox black bottle, squeezy bottle, and it does not come with a pump. So you just basically squeeze the foundation out. Really simple, easy, travel friendly. Okay, let's get started on this foundation application. But before that, we need to prep our base. So for the base, I always go with my Becca Under Eye Brightener Corrector. This, it really helps to cancel the dark circle on the eye. Okay, now for the base, I have a primer that I want to use today. I don't have the Smashbox primer that I can match with the foundation, but then this is very similar. So this is the Becca Velvet Blurring Primer, Perfecting Base. So I'm gonna shake it well, and then this is what the consistency looks like. Okay, now the base is done, so we're gonna get into the foundation application. I'm gonna squeeze this foundation out. And as you guys can see, the consistency is pretty solid. It's not liquidy at all. So this foundation does not move around on the back of my hand. So let's get into the foundation application on the face. I'm gonna finish up one side of the face to see the finish. So I usually like to go on with a sponge. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. sponge to blend this foundation out. And oh my god, I think I put way too much, because this foundation is more like a full coverage. I think I apply way too much of the foundation on one side of the face. So I'm just gonna blend the rest on this side of the face. I wasn't expecting the foundation coverage is this high. Definitely you guys can see it gives you a lot of coverage. And also today is a really hot day. It just became like really cold on the weekdays, and then towards like Friday it started to get hotter and hotter, and today it's like 33 degrees. So as you guys can tell, a little goes a long way. You actually don't need that much of the foundation to get this coverage. So to test this out, I'm gonna apply just a little more on this side of my face. You guys can see I have a lot of dark spot and blemishes, so I want to see if it would cover up those spots. A very high coverage on this foundation, which is insane. And it's very easy to blend, but I feel like you do have to work fast with this foundation, because when it will stays on the skin and you won't even have a chance to blend this out. So as you guys can see, I have a lot of foundation left on the back of my hand because I wasn't expecting this full coverage that it would give you by using just a little amount of foundation. So now this is what the coverage looks like. It's a very high coverage foundation. It feels like moussey texture, but yeah, it's very soft blur finish, and it's easy to blend. But the only thing is this side of the face, it looks a little cakey right now because I apply way too much foundation on this side. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna spray my Hungry Mist and to see if I can take off just a little foundation on this side and also make it less cakey on this side of the face. So now this is the finished look on the one layer of foundation, and obviously on this side, I don't know if you guys can tell in the camera, it looks a lot cakey because of how much foundation I apply on this side of the face. After it's settled down on the face, it's not very sticky at all. It feels very soft when blending into the skin, easy to blend, and it feels comfortable that the foundation is on top of the face, because a lot of high coverage foundation, it tends to give you like a layer, like you can feel it on top of the skin, but with this foundation, it's very lightweight. You can even feel things on top of the skin with this high coverage of foundation. So my recommendation for you guys is definitely use a little foundation to start off with without using too much, and then it gives you a cakey look. And also because I do have allergy today because of the season change constantly, so I might have some foundation, it takes off easily around my nose area. So on my review, just kind of ignore the center of my nose, but on the rest of the face, I can give you guys a review on that later on. So right now I'm just gonna finish up the rest of the face, and then I'll check in with you guys and see how this apply on top with the product that I use and a setting powder. Okay guys, so I did a full face makeup on, and I did went all in today. It has been a while, so I probably spent about 45 minutes. So I would say last time when we checked in, it was about 1:30. So that was the time that when we applied this foundation on the skin. I would say this foundation is settled on the face very nicely. It's very smooth. I don't have any issues. And I did spray my face with the Matte Fix Plus, the matte version. But I just replaced it into this Pixie bottle. So this foundation, I would say, I don't have any issues with it when I doing my makeup. Everything looks very nice. I would say this side of the face is still looking a little cakey because I didn't know this is a very full coverage foundation. A little goes a long way. So that is why this side of the face is a little thicker and a little cakiness. So please ignore that. But other than that, everything else looks very nice. And also, I'm really amazed this foundation doesn't emphasize the texture on the skin. I didn't do any exfoliate, I didn't do a mask before doing this foundation review. So it was just my raw skin, which I do have oily skin. So probably on my nose, there's some texture. And you can see I have acne, blemishes, dark spot on the face. But this foundation, it does give me a very nice full coverage foundation. So now this is my first impression on this foundation within this hour, how it settled down on the face. So I'm gonna give you guys an update later on. I'm gonna go out and about, and I'm just gonna film another video. I have a lot of stuff to do today, so I'm gonna give you guys an update later on and see how it react on my texture oily skin. Okay guys, now I'm checking in. It's 5:10. So I've been wearing this foundation for 3 hours and 40 minutes since I applied this foundation on the skin. So this few hours I was just indoor, but it's really hot today, so I have to turn on the AC. But I'm looking closely with this foundation on the skin. It's a little, I wouldn't say it's oily, but it definitely combines my oil, my natural oil, with this foundation. And you can definitely see everything is still on pretty nice. But then on the chin area, it's a little cakey because of how heavy the foundation I firstly apply. So on the chin area, it's a little cakey. I'm not sure you guys can see with the light reflecting. It's because the foundation I apply is a little too much. I didn't know the coverage, it was gonna be this much. So that's why this side is a little cakey again. But I feel like it looks better when it combines with my natural oil. And it definitely can see the foundation is on top of my blemishes. It's showing off a little more, like emphasize that area. So on this side, I like it because it looks very natural. But I don't know why on this side of the face, it's a little cakey, not cakey, but the foundation was off. And because I was trying on a sunglass, so it definitely gives me that sunglass mark. But other than that, on my nose area, I think the foundation was a little off on this area because I was blowing my nose. I have allergy. But on top of my nose, you guys can see my natural oil come through. Even though my chin area, I mean, the light reflecting, it makes it worse. But then now that I look closely in real person, definitely can see a little oily. You can definitely see oil on my fingers. But other than that, I do love the coverage. I love how the lightweight it feels. It still gives me that full coverage, but yet you can definitely see I have foundation on top of skin. So it's nothing that it makes you look more of a natural foundation, obviously, because it's more of a high coverage foundation finish. But I do like how natural it looks, although it is more like a full coverage. But I'm gonna see how it works out after a few hours. I'm gonna blot my face a little because I'm going out a little later on. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like after blotting it with a clean side of my e.l.f. sponge. And definitely all the oil, it's gone and coverage is still on. I don't think there's much foundation took off on the face. I was using this side of the sponge. Okay, so this is the second check-in and I did blot my face to take off the excess oil. So we'll see how this would last in another few hours later. Okay guys, so I just realized the audio was off when I was recording my final thoughts on this foundation. So basically I was just trying to say this foundation, it still gets me oily after a few hours wear, and as you guys see, my face is pretty oily. So I think this foundation, it would be a very nice of a full coverage foundation because it's a very lightweight finish. Usually with a lot of full coverage foundation, it tends to be more of a heavy side and you can feel the foundation on top of your face. But with this foundation, I feel like as a full coverage foundation, it's a very nice coverage, very nice finish. So if you guys have oily skin like I do, you guys can go ahead and give it a try because everyone's skin tone, it works differently. But if you guys have combo skin, I think you guys would definitely love this foundation if you guys are looking for a medium to full coverage foundation. So that is my foundation review. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video and I hope this video help you guys out to pick this foundation, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!